All right, body sensations. How does hypnosis help with body sensations? Pain, discomforts.
Maybe have a different relationship with it, because it is more of you're observing that instead of being in the midst of it.
Yeah. One is how you observe it. If you're like, my partner's always like, oh, it hurts so good, when he's doing something. And I'm like, how do you pick that up? It goes, oh, but it hurts so good. That's one perception. Exactly. Another is, what's interesting is one of my teachers always said, there is no pain until it reaches the brain. What do you think that means? There is no pain until it reaches the brain.
So don't think about it?
Pain does not exist in your lower foot where you think you see, you feel it.
That's right. That's right.
It is a
It's like
signal.
pure-
It must go through to the brain, and the brain must determine that this is a good information to give my person. To do that, it goes through the limbic system. Do you guys know what the limbic
Yeah.
system is?
Mhm.
Your emotions. So influencing your emotions is going to influence how much pain you have,
Mhm.
because it will change the brain will get it and it'll say, something's happening in the toe, but she seems to be pretty happy. I'm just not going to tell her about it. Right? Or something's happening in the toe and she's being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. I'm not going to tell her about it right now. I'll tell her later. Right? Think about football players. They get beat up. They're so in the zone that afterwards they're like, my God, I had 5 broken ribs and I didn't know until I finished, because the brain is like, I know something's going on, but I'm getting the signal that
Have to keep going.
I have to keep going. So he does, right? Another interesting thing is, you don't want to ignore a pain if it's your body telling you, hey, you need to do something, move your butt over, or, But I always tell my clients, and I do this all the time, is when you go to the dentist, do you need to focus on that pain? No. So when you're in the dentist, go to the beach. When I get there, I lay down and I say, I don't, just tap me when you're done. I don't want to know when you're at, what you're doing, what you're poking, what you've discovered. And so I just close my eyes, and you can go to the beach or you can go to your calendar. It doesn't matter. The other day I reorganized my whole calendar while she was, doing the deep clean. So if you are focused on an area, your body will also send the message and then go, is this relevant? No, she's on her schedule. Okay, guess I won't give her that information. So that's another way you can use hypnosis. You can also use it to change the pain, because what the body's doing when it's giving you a signal is it says, pay attention, give me some solution, right? It's like a little kid. Hey, what's up? And if you give it any kind of solution, it will tend to be satisfied, like a little kid, right? It's like, mom, here, 2 seconds, you just satisfied, right? So for example, this morning, I have every once in a while, I trigger plantar fasciitis, right? I'm doing too much. I know all my triggers and I'm like, oh, here we go again. And so I woke up this morning, I go, oh, I think it's there. So I had my eyes, of course, closed. It's the best time when you're waking up, you're totally hypnotic. And I thought, okay, what does it feel like? And it's like, oh, it feels like I've got 2 blocks of clay on my feet. And so then before I got up, I started forming the clay, and I made some really cool toes and good arcs, and I did all this, and they were nice and flexible. And then I was able to get up and it was easier. It was like, they were already warmed up, right?
Yeah.
So those are some of the ways you can actually, because your body's giving you a message and you're giving it a response.
It's almost like a little visualization there.
It's a visualization. Yes. That's why hypnosis is something we're doing very often. When you're half asleep, it's a great time to visualize things and make changes. When you're driving, you shouldn't, but it does happen as well.
Then you have to rely on what they call body memory.
Yes.
You're driving and all of a sudden you've reached your destination and you don't remember how you got there. It's because your body remembered how to go.
Exactly. Or you're going to go shopping and you end up at your job and you're like, oh shit, Saturday. Because you're so busy, your body does automatic.